I am live. Hey, if you're wandering the internet and you ran across this video, you might want to fast forward about 3 minutes. We are a live session, and I'm running over to post this on the website, which means it takes a minute or two for everybody to show up and log in and get settled in. So, first part of this is of no value unless, dun 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 dun, drama, suspense. Unless you need to learn about the DenverGuitarOrchestra.com website or listen to me talk to my dentist. This is Gary. Hey, good. How are you, Jessica? Okay. I have an appointment up Monday, every day at 1 o'clock. So let's see. I know, shucks. What else you got? Anything earlier? I teach ukulele on YouTube every day at 1 o'clock. Oh, that's not that early. What's the next one on June 9th? Yeah, 8:30 would be fine. All right. So June 9th at 8:30. Sure. Okay, sounds good. Groovy. I will be there. Okay, thanks. You too. Bye. I am going to the dentist on Tuesday, June 30th. What time did she say? 8:30, I think. I think that's right. 8:30. 8:30. There, you all just watched me make my dental appointment. There. That's what makes YouTube great. All right. So today I am going teaching lesson number 2 of level number 1. So we're getting in on the ground floor here. I have somehow managed to nuke the chat box. I don't know how did the chat box go? Where did it go? Where's the chat box? There is no chat box. That's okay. We'll assume people are here and chatting. How about that? Huh, that's crazy. There's no chat box. All right. Well, we don't need a chat box then, do we? Do we need a chat box? We don't need a chat box. Click there. Click over here. Oh, that's fascinating. Stream Now Classic. None of those links work. Hopefully I am actually logged in and I'm live. I want to give a whole lesson on this and then we'll see what happens. How about that? All right. So the song today is Frère, Jacques. Last week we did level 1, song 1, which was Brother John. So let's take a quick review of that song, what you hopefully learned from it, hopefully what's made sense, and hopefully give you a little bit of a chance to get better. Today we're on Brother John, and I'm sorry, Frère Jacques. So it is the same exact song, only it's instead of going all the way up and down the neck, which I have you do to learn how to play tablature, this one's actually arranged in a manner that you would typically arrange a song, which is mostly in first position. So last week, when talking about Brother John, we covered several important topics. So topic number 1 was that you probably have the wrong guitar. Okay, you'll probably have a guitar that's very big. You probably have a guitar that has metal strings that you haven't changed in a long, long time. And neither of those are great ideas, but that's the guitar you got. So that's the guitar you're going to work on for now. If you haven't changed your strings in the last year, go get strings changed. Go buy some strings and do it yourself, or go take it to the luthier. They don't charge hardly anything to do it. Go have them put some decent strings on your guitar. Second thing, if you have a full-size guitar, just know that you should probably be about 6'4", 210 pounds, something like that, to play a full-size guitar. That's the one they want to sell you at Guitar Center. You don't need that guitar. That guitar is way too big. This is a 7/8 size guitar-ish, and it's definitely a better size for just sitting around the house and learning how to play. The only reason you'd want a full-size neck is if you're going to become a classical guitar player in an academic institution, then you need a full-size fretboard because everybody does. But even the great classical guitar players, a good many of them don't use a full-size classical guitar, so you shouldn't feel like you have to either. You need to play a guitar that fits your body and sounds great, sounds the best it can sound at your price level. That's what you need. So, and then right now, that's the guitar that's in your lap. So, the second thing that I'd like you to talk about is once you've got good strings on and once you have a guitar you're going to live with for right now, how you hold the thing. Most beginners start with it horizontal with their thumb up here and their tortured chord shapes over here. This is not ideal. You can play this way if you want, but you're going to make your life harder. And so I wouldn't do that. Drop your guitar through here with about a 60-degree angle on this neck, body up against your body, and this is uncomfortably close to my nose. And about the third fret, second or third fret should be right about where your hands are. Notice when I am fretting this way, my hand, it will just drop straight down, right? So I'm not out here, not chicken winging it, not bending my, trying to keep this as straight and as comfortable as I can. Right hand, just straight across here, nice and comfy. I'm going to be using my claw shape, or sometimes I'm going to be strumming. I'm going to be doing a lot of both of those, just keeping it nice and simple and the least amount of tension possible in your body. Next thing you want to be thinking about after you learn how to hold it properly. By the way, if you have to, dropping it between your legs is really awkward. Just remember, you're only doing that for practice time. When you get up in front of a crowded room full of admiring fans, you're going to be standing up at a microphone, and that guitar is going to be in this position anyway. It just won't be sitting between your legs. That's all. So you might as well practice the way you're going to perform. Next thing is tuning your guitar. E, Eddie, A, 8, D, Dynamite. Nothing good is happening after Eddie 8 Dynamite. Next string is G, good. Next string is by, B, and E, Eddie. Eddie 8 Dynamite, good, by, Eddie. Those. There are other tunings in guitar. People mess around with them all the time. Eddie 8 Dynamite, good, by Eddie is going to take you most of the way to the finish line. So just memorize that one. Now, we worked on 2 items last week on Brother John. The most important one, I think, is playing tablature. So I'd like to run through that song really quick. It's 0, 2, 4, 0. 0, 2, 4, 0. 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. Open, 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 open. That's what I'm hoping you got out of last week's lesson, is that you just know how to pluck out a melody with no adornment, nothing else fancy, just one note at a time, making it as beautiful, as clear as possible, and then getting your timing correct. Hopefully you spent the week working on getting that 7, 8, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, getting those at a high rate of speed, and the rest of the song at a slower rate, so that those few notes through there sound in proper time. The other thing we worked on last week was E chord, index finger here, middle finger on the 5th string, and ring finger on the 4th string. That's your E chord. Okay. There's just a basic strum. Okay. You can also use your index finger down and up. Gives you a different feeling generally than your thumb down. Other possible way to strum is to take these 4 fingers. We don't use the pinky. Blunk, 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 blunk. Just grabbing any 4 strings. And what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing, let's say I grab the 5th string, thumb above it, index finger on the next string down underneath it, middle finger, next string down underneath that one, and then ring finger, next string down underneath there. And then I call the claw position. A lot of people call it, everybody's got a word for it, but it's basically you using a claw to grab your guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we probably talked about dividing that up into an arpeggio pattern, which is thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Frère, Jacques, Frère, Jacques, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, ding, dang, dong, ding, dang, dong. Okay. So that's what we got out of last week's lesson. Hopefully, you learned what an E chord is. You learned how to pluck out a song one note at a time using tablature. You learned how to hold the guitar, and you learned how to tune the guitar. Guys, that is pretty much everything in guitar that's important. There's a couple of other very simple things I have to teach you, but for the most part, you take those big things, hold the guitar right, tune the guitar right, pluck out a melody, and add in a chord, and you have all of music in a little nutshell, and it's going to make you be a great player. Here's what happens now. We got to put in a lot of reps. We got to change it up. We got to make the melodies different. We got to make the chords different. We got to make the chords more complex. We got to add lots of chords, and so we're gonna be having every day some different type of song that we're challenging ourselves with getting better on. And in that process, I think that hopefully last week you got the message. Making mistakes is going to be a real thing. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, and it's going to be absolutely fine. No one will die from your mistakes on guitar, I don't think. And so we got to make all of those mistakes, and so we can find out all the wrong ways to do art so that we can find the one best way to do it. And so those are the main things we got over last week. We're now going to move on to Frère Jacques today. Frère Jacques, same exact song, except instead of using an E chord, we're going to use an A chord. And by changing the chord, it changes where on the guitar we can play it, and it's going to change which fingers and which frets we use. Okay, so first let's talk about the A chord. Get worse when we have some light here. Index finger, second fret, fourth string. Middle finger, second fret, third string. Last one, ring finger, second string. So remember, strings are one from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put everybody in the second fret, all three of those fingers, on strings 4, 3, and 2. Okay, and your sound. And then we on A chord, we'd rather not hit this top string. So that's what we're getting. By the way, if you're just logging in, I don't have a chat box for some reason. So if you have a chat box, knock yourself out, but I cannot tell if you're asking me questions today. And so please know that all of your questions are meaningful to me, but I can't see them. So there's no chat box as far as I can tell. All right, there is your A chord. Let's go through and play this. Again, when you're getting ready to sing a song with your voice, you're just going to hold the chords over here, and then you have some choices with your right hand. One choice, Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. You also have this finger, Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. A lot more exciting that way. You have all four fingers. I would probably put your thumb on the fifth string, index on the fourth, middle on the third, ring on the second. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Okay, there's that one. We also could do an arpeggio pattern, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, ding, dang, dong, ding, dang, dong. So all of those are right hand postures that you're going to use. We're going to use all of that stuff. So we're going to, the more you practice it, each song you grab, try different ones. Okay. So sometimes do this one. Sometimes do a split pattern. Sometimes do a thumb strum. Sometimes do an index strum. All of those choices are why we don't use a pick in classical or fingerstyle guitar, because you have to do more than a pick will allow you to do. If you're holding a pick, you can only hit one note at a time, no matter what. And so we need to often hit multiple strings at a time, and a pick just doesn't allow you to do that. And so we are going to not worry about picks. We're just going to play whatever patterns that we want to work on in any given song. Okay, that's your A chord. That's the song. That's how we're going. Let's talk about the tablature now. Okay, measure 1. First note's a 2, and it's on the 3rd string, so we'll pluck that. Next note is a 0 on the 2nd string. That means 2nd string open. Then we're going to pluck a 2 on the 2nd string, and then a 2 on back on the 3rd string. Again, same exact thing. Measure 3, we're going to hit a 2 on the 2nd string, then a 3 on the 2nd string, and then an open. Do it again. Okay. Measure 5, we're going to hit a 0 on the 1st string, 2 on the 1st string, 0 on the 1st string, 3 on the 2nd string, 2 on the 2nd string, 2 on the 3rd string. The same thing again. And then the last 2 measures are a 2 on the 2nd string, 2 on the 3rd string, 2 on the 4th string, 2 on the 2nd string. Again. Okay, so that's our plan to play that melody. One of the musical areas where we got to master is repeats. And so in this case, same as the last song, you're going to play measure 8 the first time through. Then that double bar with the 2 dots at the end of measure 8, that's going to bump us back up to the top of the song. That's where you see the double bar with 2 forward-facing dots. Play all the way down again through measure 7. You're not going to play measure 8. You're going to skip measure 8, and you're going to play 9 and 10. Okay, let's play one note at a time and play the melody from the top and play it twice through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top. Second ending. So again, as with last week, your goal for this week is, hey, I need to be able to play that melody. That's all I care about in terms of your progression as a guitar player. So why a lot of guitarists, they think, oh, I don't want to play Frère, Jacques. That's kind of boring. I'm going to be playing one note at a time. It just doesn't seem very exciting. What's exciting about it is that when we start combining it with the chords, you're going to have this much fuller, more beautiful guitar sound than just simply strumming the guitar or playing in folk tradition where you have to do the singing. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's a lot of fun. Sounds good sometimes if you're a pretty good singer. If you're a terrible singer, not so much. And I would say what we're working on here is trying to really stay focused on is, yeah, this is not the song you want to play. This is a song you're learning from. And once we learn this toolbox of skills, then we're going to take and apply that to really decent songs. I am working on finishing up a song called Hotel California. You might have heard of it for the level 4 group. And it's amazing. There's so many cool things in it. And it's the same exact stuff that's on this page with a little bit more speed, a little bit more complexity, a whole lot more chords. But basically, the same exact process we're going through on this song is on that song. It's just that that song requires you to have a little bit more skill under your belt. So we're now going to go through. We'll play it one last time, melody only. You already are, as your homework, you're thinking, all right, I want to make sure I feel comfortable getting my A chord on. So take your A chord off and put it back on. Take it off. Put it back on. Take it off. Get where putting it on is pretty easy. Okay. Remember, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that with your E chord as well. E chord. Sounds kind of funky. Okay. So there's your A chord and your E chord. Then on this song, I'd like for the whole week, just play the melody over and over and over and over again. Go back and try the other melody, Brother John, and then come play Frère Jacques. Brother John, Frère Jacques. It's the same melody, it's just in a different key, so the notes end up in different places on the fretboard. Okay? Final thing, if you're in level 1 and this is what you're doing, you're just getting started in guitar, I absolutely positively do not expect you to be able to play the tough axe. I play the tough axe for level 1. And the job there is to show you what you're going to be doing in the future. With fingerstyle guitar, you have this desire to play all of your favorite songs in this really fancy way on a guitar without singing. That's basically what fingerstyle does. And the way you can do that is you have build these basic toolbox skills. But level 1 is not the place to build those toolbox skills. Level 1 is the place to learn about those toolbox skills. If, on the other hand, you're feeling like, yep, I totally got this, I'm just wandered in from playing a concert up at Red Rocks, I'm ready for tough acts, absolutely, feel free to participate. I'm going to just show you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it. So in measure 1, I'm holding this A chord. Okay, that's the chord. In fingerstyle, we always grab the chord. I'm going to play the strings 5, 4, and 3. Then I'm going to play an open second string, so I have to lift up my ring finger, and then I'm going to put it back down, and I'm going to play 4 strings. And then I'm going to play the third string, which I'm already holding down. I'm going to do it again. Open, 4 strings, third string. Then I'm going to play 4 strings again. I've got a 3, so I'm going to run my ring finger up and then pluck that. And then I've got 5 strings, so I'm probably going to drop a strum in like this. Okay, you can also put your thumb on this top string and then roll these bottom 3 strings. Okay, that's more advanced skill. Okay, you catch me. I'm going to do that every time because it sounds prettier. Okay, next thing is to repeat that idea. 4 strings, hit the 3, and then the strum. Measure 5, is where this fast part happens. So we're going to do, we can either do, again, pluck any 4 strings as long as one of them is the first string. And then we'll put your ring finger on the 2, take it off. Either put your ring finger or your pinky on the 3. I like to use my pinky. And then you're going to play 0, 2, 2, 2, which is a 4-finger A. And then the 2. Do it again. And then in measure 7, you've got your A chord, but you're only playing 3 strings of it. And then the 2. Again. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. The second time through, instead of plucking everything, I'm going to strum everything. I'm going to use my thumb down. So first time through, I'm using the claw. I'm playing it like this. Second time through, I'm playing it like this. Okay, both of those are fine. They're both going to sound just lovely. Let's see what happens if we play together. And again, if you're new, if you're really legitimately level one, please don't expect that this is something you should be working on. It's something for me to show you what you will be working on. Okay, it's only here for demonstration purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing wrong here? Hold on. I'm going to do that again. Clearly not the best version of Frère Jacques you ever heard. Let me do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, play. I must be tired. Let me start from the top. 1, 2, ready, play. Now let's go back and play it with the thumb. Second ending. And then don't let up on your chord until the guitar completely stops talking. Okay? It's got a nice sustain. My guitar just now finished, and so now I can take my chord off. Every guitar will sustain at different lengths of time, and there's, you paid $75 for your guitar or whatever you paid for it. Uh, let it do its job. Let it be that beautiful long sustain that guitars have. Okay. Homework on this for this thing is two or three things. One, make sure you know your A chord inside and out. A chord is not something that's not going to come up. It's going to come up every single day as a guitarist. So know your A chord, and remember, double check that you know your E chord, A and E. Next piece of homework, play the melody out of this song and play the melody from Brother John over and over and over until that smoothness and the connectedness of the notes starts to come together. Third thing, it's not a bad idea to go listen to the MP3 on the website. So go to denverguitarorchestra.com, click on sheet music, and right at the top of that page is the MP3 player, and the songs are sitting there waiting for you to go listen to them so that you know what you're playing. Go find Frère Jacques and go find Brother John on the list. Listen to them a half a dozen times so that you know what's actually on your sheet music, and so you can begin to get a sense of that, how it should really be going instead of how you're making it go. And then uh, it's not a bad idea to download those into your phone, use a tempo slowing app, and then you can play along with the MP3s. I think probably the vast majority of really great guitar players that you watch, most of them sat in their basement, put on records, and just played to those records over and over and over until they could finally play. It's not at all a good idea to do it that way, but that's how a lot of them learned to play, was just by playing along to records, and these days probably MP3s. But the idea is that when you're playing along to those, it serves as a metronome and makes you learn to forget about your mistakes and move on to the next thing. And because when you play along to a recording, it doesn't care if you made a mistake. It's going to keep going, and you should too. Last thing, and this is the invitation. We are playing a song called Estudio by Francisco Torrega tonight on YouTube, and it'll start at 8 o'clock tonight. That's Mountain Time, and the sheet music is on the website. You can go download it right now. And even if you can't play it, just come and sit in on that. Send me an email. Say, hey, I want to sit in on the level 4 class tonight. You come sit in. We're normally there's a fee for that, and I'm going to encourage everybody to pay the fee this night. But if they don't, there's nothing I can do about it. And so please feel free to at least stop by and say, I want to hear what that song's all about. The song is absolutely beautiful. It's a old school one, probably 1880s or so, and it's really just nice sounding on guitar. And I think it'll be fun for you to come in and sit in and participate. Not too many chords. I think it's a 4-chord song, and we're going to talk a whole lot about arpeggio picking on that thing. And so please come do that. And that's what I got for you today. I'm sorry there's no chat box either side. I've checked every button on the interface here, and it will not pull up. So hopefully if you have any questions, you can just toss me an email. If you don't have any questions, or if you're like, I know exactly what I should be working on, then that's off you go. Okay. So tonight we have level 4. Tomorrow in this time slot, the 2:30 time slot, we will be playing where am I? I'm on the wrong page. I was like, that doesn't look right. Tomorrow this time slot, we will play Frère Jacques again. We will play this song, and we will play Danny, the Banana Boat song. We will play Colorado Trail. For those of you who are involved with that lesson, remember we're going to be trying to pick that arpeggio pattern out and still have the melody come up above. We're going to try to do true fingerstyle. And then, of course, we will play for the last time the Estudio by Torrega. So that's what's going on in this time slot tomorrow. Tell your friends this is free guitar lessons, and they're good lessons. And the program works if you will practice and not worry about what type of song you're playing, but worry about what type of skills you're developing. I've got any number of students who've actually sort of more or less faithfully followed the program, and they are really fine guitar players now. And so I think this is something that would be awesome for them to do. And it's, for the most part, it's either the least expensive thing going in guitar, or it's almost practically free. So tell people that hey, I got this guy who knows a little bit about fingerstyle guitar, and hopefully they would want to get involved too. Everybody's got a guitar in their house. Everybody has a guitar under their bed. Everybody, and so just tell them to get it out. And the reason guitarists don't show up to stuff like this is that guitars surrounded by a whole lot of fail. Right? This is a hard instrument to play. There's a lot of sounding terrible and a lot of hard work that goes into it, and before you ever sound like anything, years, honestly. And a lot of people didn't expect that when they picked out a guitar. They thought they would pick it up and be playing Bohemian Rhapsody right off the bat, and that's not how it works. And so just encourage them to come check it out. So denverguitarorchestra.com. I'm going to end the stream because unfortunately I can't see your chat stream here. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I will catch you hopefully tonight at 8 o'clock for the level 4 class, or tomorrow for the multi-part combined class. So have a great night.